Today's movie's another 80s video store classic, but before we get into that, I just want to say thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. That's right, Squarespace, the best way to make your own website, whether you're trying to launch that new business you've always wanted, or just want to show off what you're into. It doesn't matter what your passion is, whether it's painting, photography, blogging, or hey, maybe you're just a weirdo who likes to joke about old monster movies like me. You can build a website with Squarespace's easy-to-use design tools. They have a ton of different templates available, and they even let you sort by what you do, whether it's something artistic or related to sales. Squarespace has you covered. They also have a ton of other helpful features like site analytics, password-protected members-only pages, and finance and marketing tools. So if you're somebody who wants to join the thousands of other people who've used Squarespace to make their dreams a reality, just go to squarespace.com/Brandon Tenold and sign up for your free trial. Then when you're confident your site's ready for launch, use the promo code Brandon Tenold for 10% off your first purchase. Alright, let's get into it. I've done some Charles Band movies on here before, but so far I've largely avoided the ones that became franchises. Yeah, Puppet Master is probably the granddaddy of them all, but with 14 movies so far and a 15th on the way, I don't know if I have it in me to start that one. Okay, let's see. Ghoulies? No. Subspecies? No. Prehysteria? Maybe someday. Josh Kirby? No. Ah, Trancers! That one works. Trancers, also known as Future Cop, is a 1984 sci-fi movie that, depending on your age, you may have seen sitting on video store shelves in the 80s and 90s, even if you didn't actually end up renting it. Produced and directed by Charles Band for his company Empire International Pictures, it also featured a script by Danny Bilson and Paul DeMeo, who would later go on to write The Rocketeer for Disney. Oh, and it also had an early role for some actress named Helen Hunt? I don't really know what happened to her. Trancers usually gets overshadowed by more popular Empire releases like Troll and Reanimator, but it's still one of the movies that really put Charles Band on the map and ended up becoming a minor cult hit. It probably would have been an even bigger hit if the poster showed the main character coming up out of a toilet like in Ghoulies. Now there's an image that really jumps out at you. Anyway, the movie is set in a retro-futuristic version of Los Angeles in the 23rd century called Angel City, and as you can probably tell, this is highly influenced by Blade Runner in both design and hard-boiled voiceover narration.
Last January, I finally singed Martin Whistler out in one of the rim planets.
Oh, the old January rim job. Nice work. Tim Thomerson plays future cop Jack Death, which is one of the most awesomely ridiculous names for a character since Sam Hell from Hell Comes to Frogtown. It's one step away from naming a character Johnny Badass. Jack supposedly just killed a guy named Whistler, who has the ability to turn people into pseudo-zombie creatures called Trancers that he can control, and now he's looking for any leftovers. And just how can you tell somebody's a Trancer?
Look out!
That's a pretty good way to tell. Jeez, this diner waitress is Tyler Perry's worst character yet. Oh, and do you want to know how you kill a Trancer? You just shoot him. Doesn't even need to be in the head. You can just nick their arm and that'll kill him. Not only can Trancers be killed pretty easily, but they also have the decency to clean up after themselves when they die. I gotta say, I do kinda like the look of this part of the movie. Yeah, sure, it's definitely Blade Runner on a budget, but I don't know, something about the combination of retro film noir elements and 80s neon cyberpunk just kinda does it for me. Anyway, Jack is visited by Lieutenant Zoot Suit here, who gives him the whole "you're a loose cannon" death, causing him to quit, but he also provides some backstory.
He was a good cop, until a Trancer killed his wife.
Well, it could be worse. At least a Toon didn't kill his brother. Now that he's off the force, Jack can finally enjoy his retirement collecting knickknacks from the sea. Listen, Jack, you're on the wrong coast. The Statue of Liberty ain't here. Jack is told that Whistler is somehow still alive and gets summoned before the High Council that's apparently in charge now. And I know I make fun, but again, for a low-budget movie, there is some style to this. Okay, so here's where the main plot of the movie kicks off. Turns out Whistler's traveled back in time and is is eliminating the ancestors of the council members so they don't exist in the future. And we know this because he straight up told them that.
Know that it is I who am solely responsible for your demise. One by one, your ancestors shall be murdered.
Okay, well, nice of Whistler to explain his whole plan before he's finished. If he had just done it, they'd probably have no idea what the hell was even happening. One of the council members has already disappeared, but hey, the other two are still here, so Whistler's plan must have failed, right? Mission accomplished. Nah, it's a time travel movie, so of course things aren't that simple. But the method they use for time travel is actually pretty clever. Instead of stepping into a machine, they use a drug that sends their consciousness into the body of one of their ancestors while their body stays behind. Okay, so it's sorta like the Days of Future Past method of time travel, but still, it is more creative than your typical 80s B-movie. Whistler's inhabiting the body of a police inspector called Weisling, while Jack will inhabit the body of his ancestor Phil Deathton, which is not quite as cool a name as Jack Death. They also found Whistler's body while his mind is in the past. Now they can lock him up until they send his mind back.
You're our only hope.
And it's on my terms.
Or just shoot him. I guess since time travel exists, they can travel to the future and see if he was found guilty and got the death penalty. Before his trip, they give Jack a gun containing 2 vials that'll send him back to their own time, as well as something else.
If you depress this knob, you'll gain a long second. 1 second stretched to 10 for the person holding the device.
Hey, bullet time watch. Very nice. Couple things you should know about 80s Los Angeles, Jack. Bad news, they don't have your favorite hair dye. Good news, it comes with partial Helen Hunt nudity. Helen Hunt plays Lena, the girlfriend of Jack's ancestor. And in case you were wondering just what kind of guy Jack's forefather was...
Did you mean what you said last night?
What did I say last night?
Phil, come on. You said that making love to me was like the ethereal union of 2 lost souls?
Jeez, my ancestor was a real pretentious douchebag.
Can't wait till Christmas is over so I can dump this stupid outfit.
Ah, damn it, I should have waited until Christmas to do this one. Now, well, people usually don't think of this as a Christmas movie, even though they really should. Hashtag Trancers is a Christmas movie. But you won't be getting Jack Death to put on no Santa suit.
You're wearing that?
Hey, I gotta look cool for the poster, baby. You know, Jack, regarding your current situation, you've got a nice apartment, a cute young girlfriend, LA isn't underwater. You know, instead of hunting Whistler, maybe you should just stay here. First, though, he's gotta drive Lena to work. She's gotta push Ralphie down the slide.
And what would you like Santa to bring you for Christmas this year?
Okay, remember, kid, ask for the Castle Grayskull playset.
And John Doe's a mandroid.
What's wrong with Murray?
He's a Trancer.
A what?
Look, it's 80s LA, just say he's a tweaker, she'll get the idea. And if anyone didn't think this is a Christmas movie, look at this. We've got Psycho Zombie Santa fighting a hard-boiled future cop. If that doesn't say the reason for the season, I don't know what does. Hey Jack, what do you say we play Silent Night, Deadly Night? I'll be Santa and you can be Linnea Quigley's tits.
Hey, Mom, they shot Santa Claus.
And from that day forward, little Timmy would spend every Christmas morning waking up screaming. They don't see any sign of Whistler, but it should be pretty easy to find him. His ancestor also happens to look exactly like him. Then again, I guess that's not the most unbelievable thing about this movie. Jack tells Lena everything and she seems to buy it almost immediately.
Look, you're not my prisoner. You don't have to stick around, but I'd appreciate you waiting for me.
Relax, Phil.
Jack, Phil stepped out.
Yeah, and when he comes back, he can say Jack just left town. Jack finds one of the councilman's ancestors. Okay, at least this guy isn't also played by the same actor. But bad news, Jack, he's also a Trancer. Either that or his last tanning session went horribly wrong. And instead of just killing him while he's unconscious, guess what he does? Yeah, that's right, Jack. He's gonna kill you with melanoma. And just how strong were tanning beds in the 80s? It's burning through his clothes? Lena comes by later to save him, but I'm sure he'll be okay. And oh, sweet God! Of course Jack's fine. They didn't even hurt his one-liners.
How's my
Are
tan?
you okay?
Alright, Whistler's got more goons outside, so they'll have to carefully sneak out the back. Okay, that didn't work at all.
Whistler.
None other. Farewell, Jack Death.
Yeah, well, I still got the more badass name, asshole. Oh, and remember when I called Jack's watch a bullet time watch earlier? It's literally a bullet time watch. Okay, now that time's slowed down, you can save Lena and easily use that serum on Whistler to send him back to his own time, or just walk right past him, whatever you feel like. I mean, you're the cop, I'm not gonna tell you how to do your job. By the way, how long did they say this effect was supposed to last?
1 second stretched to 10 for the person holding the device.
Okay, it seemed closer to 100 seconds on screen, but who knows, maybe his watch is a little slow.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
When you used that time freezer thing, why didn't you get Whistler right then?
I only had a few seconds. If I'd have singed him, I couldn't have saved you.
Yeah, I think you could have got Whistler if you really wanted to there, Jack. But hey, I'm being a little too hard on Jack, because you want to know how badass he is? That's how he lights his cigarettes. Next, he's gonna open a case of beer by shooting all the caps off. And he's gonna do it in one shot, too. And come on, Jack, you can watch some of the inspiration for this movie later.
Hey, what are you watching?
Some cop show. What the hell kind of name is Peter Gunn?
What kind of name is Jack Death?
Hey, I'll make the snarky remarks, okay, Lena? It also turns out this place is above a music venue, and in case you didn't know, it's the 80s. Well, it makes sense that Jack's here. After all, Jack Death does sound like the name of a hardcore punk singer. Oh, and did you hear what song they're playing? That's right, hashtag Trancers is a Christmas movie. Unfortunately, there's a bit of drama when one of Lena's ex-boyfriends shows up.
Lena! How come you don't call me anymore?
I found all your Bay City Rollers records, you poser. Also, I know this is a minor detail, but what the hell is that tattoo on the side of his face? It looks like the silhouette of an Ultraman monster. Jack steps in to defend Lena's honor, and in case anyone still doesn't know how badass Jack is...
Now I'm pissed.
That's right, Jack Death was the original One Punch Man. Because we've already established this is a Christmas movie, Lena even gets Jack a present. Oh, hey, I was kinda hoping for Transformers, but, this is okay, I guess. Besides, Lena's about to give Jack his real present. Turns out she really has a thing for guys 300 years younger than her. However, before Jack can do the nasty and the pasty, he gets a visit from the lieutenant, who for some reason is a little girl.
This kid's the only ancestor I could find. It's been hell. I had to sneak past the parents and everything.
Well, then why didn't you just go into the body of one of the parents? I mean, they'd also be your ancestors, right? Yeah. Thanks for checking in on me, McNulty. Now quit cock-blocking me and get the hell out of here, will ya? Unfortunately for Jack, McNulty wants to do more than just watch.
Damn it, McNulty. Couldn't you give me an hour?
Okay, come on. 15 minutes tops, Jack. Hey, what's the deal? I was totally gonna get Whistler right after I busted a nut, I promise. Because another council member's been killed, they consider taking Jack off the case. Hey, here's an idea. How about you just send Jack back to before Whistler killed the council members and... You know what? I don't know why I'm even bothering. It's a time travel movie. None of this is going to stand up to scrutiny. Eventually, they decide to give Jack another chance, and even give him another slow-mo watch. Come on, you didn't think they'd blow their whole wad that early in the movie, did you? Alright, Jack, we'll send you back to the past, but it's going to be after you're done with Lena, got it? Now get to work.
If you have a favorite scripture that you think...
I said get to work! Ooh, hey, Trancers is on. Hopefully it's not one of the later sequels. Anyway, they find out that the last council member's ancestor, an ex-baseball player called Hap Ashby, is homeless and living on Skid Row. Before they can find him, though, Jack's gotta get his new supplies.
What is this?
Reload.
That is so cool. How do they do that?
Something about a drug that sends your mind back through time. I don't really know how it works with objects, so just go with it. Oh, and in case anyone watching forgot that this is a Christmas movie...
Who brought this glorious angel that we three kings may gaze upon?
This is the Christmas angel.
I seek knowledge.
Well, we're not called three wise men for nothing.
Hashtag Trancers is a Christmas movie. They think Hap Ashby's living in a section of Skid Row, but just their luck. Looks like somebody tipped off the cops they don't have a permit to film here. Oh, and I think one of them might be a Trancer. You know, I just realized, for a movie called Trancers, there hasn't been a ton of Trancers so far. There was Diner Lady at the beginning, Psycho Santa Claus, Tanning Salon Dude, and then this guy. You know, considering how prominently John Carl Buechler's listed in the credits, this is some of the most subtle effects work I've ever seen from him. Usually I'm used to seeing him do stuff like this.
Lieutenant, has told us all about you, Death. Are you trying to twist or whirl and make the future come out the way you want it to?
Jeez, this cop looks like he just found himself floating in a river. How the hell is Jack gonna get out of this one?
Cheer up. You just sent your first Trancer.
And it won't be the last one either. Helen Hunt actually came back for some of the sequels. And see if you can guess what happens next. That's right, hobo baseball. But wait a second, how are they gonna know which one of these guys is the ex-baseball player if they're all playing baseball?
You're Hap Ashby.
Oh, okay, that was easy. Alright, now just get him to sign his own rookie card so it's worth more in the future and you're all set. Whistler gets there too, which means they have to hightail it out of there. And because they didn't have the budget for a big Blues Brothers style chase scene, this part is mostly a bunch of alleyway shots. Hell, the biggest stunt we get is Jack riding his motorcycle down a flight of stairs. Well, okay, there is also this. Fun fact, Helen Hunt actually did her own stunts for that part. Nah, I'm fucking with you, she didn't.
Merry Christmas.
Hashtag Trancers is a Christmas movie. They managed to get away, now they just gotta keep Hap safe until Jack can get Whistler.
I don't even know your name, man.
My name is Death. Jack Death.
Your name's Jack Death?
Wow, this movie is getting really meta with Jack's name, isn't it?
That's a dumb name.
I don't know, I think it fits Tim Thomerson's character for this movie pretty well. But oh no, the bad guys ruined Lena's favorite sweater! Oh, and she's hurt too.
What? What's the matter?
I had a wife in Angel City. She volunteered for a Trancer bid. I lost her. I don't want that to happen again.
Hey, I think Jack might be falling in love with his ancestor's girlfriend he just met a day ago. Alright, there's less than 10 minutes left, so you better have that final showdown with Whistler quick before the end credits roll.
Operator, give me the police. Lieutenant Weissling, please. Tell him it's Death.
Your name is Jack Death? Seriously? Jack gets Whistler to meet him in Chinatown and uses Hap as a decoy so he can sneak up on him. Oh, and also this.
Merry Christmas!
Hashtag Trancers is a Christmas movie.
That's 6 shots, Whistler. The gun is empty.
No, 5!
Okay, I guess there's a reason his name isn't Jack Math. Let her go, Whistler. She's got a mainstream Hollywood career ahead of her. I'm strictly direct-to-video. Take me instead. And how's this for a bombshell? Turns out Lena's Jack's ancestor, too.
Destin marries the girl, or would have had she lived. And now, Jack Death, prepare to witness your own demise.
Ah, come on, Whistler. You missed the perfect one-liner opportunity there. You're not gonna say something like, prepare to become Jack dead? And there's a few minutes left. Better use that last watch, Jack. Okay, now you just need to quickly run down the stairs and catch her before she hits the ground. Or just do that. That was probably cooler than what I said. And as far as Whistler goes, remember how they set up that Hap was a baseball player? Yeah, that's right. You're defeated by a fastball, motherfucker. Jack plans to send Whistler back to the future without a body to go to, which would trap him in time limbo or something. However, one of his vials is damaged.
Damn it! You lose again, Jack. Only one of us can return now.
Okay, this seems like a pretty easy fix. I mean, we've already established that the people in the future are keeping an eye on you and can just send you stuff. So just take care of Whistler and then have him send you another vial. No? Is that not how it works? Okay. Because Whistler's ancestor is technically an innocent man, rather than shoot him, Jack decides to use the vial on him and frees Weissling from his control.
Where am I? What happened?
A bunch of time travel shit. I would try to explain it, but I don't really understand it myself. So I guess Jack is just stuck in the 80s and can't go back now. Not that he seems to care.
You can't get home now.
That's okay. I kind of like it here.
Hey, nice work, Jack. I'm happy for you. I really am, but there's just one small problem with this whole situation. Jack sent Whistler back because he didn't want to kill his ancestor, but he seems to have zero problem staying behind in Phil's body and being with Lena, even though he's stealing his ancestor's life. So what, is Phil's mind just floating around in limbo too? If so, that is a shitty thing to do to one of your relatives, Jack. I know I joked you should just stay here earlier, but I didn't think you'd actually do it. Also, didn't they say Lena's his ancestor too? Doesn't that mean he's technically getting with his great-great-grandmother or something? Ugh. Oh well, McNulty's still there to watch over them and sequel bait. While not exactly a hit in movie theaters, Trancers did much better once it hit video store shelves, to the point where Charles Band ended up making 5 sequels to it. And surprisingly, Helen Hunt actually came back for 2 of them. So, did Trancers deserve to become a franchise? I'd say yeah. It's no classic like Reanimator or anything, but it's still better than your typical video store sci-fi movie. Even though it's clearly influenced by stuff like Blade Runner, it still somehow manages to seem kinda original, which is not that easy for a low-budget movie. Despite the obvious production limitations, it manages to include some creative ideas, and Tim Thomerson absolutely owns his role as Jack Death. Plus, at just an hour and 16 minutes long, it moves briskly and doesn't overstay its welcome. The plot does kind of fall apart if you think about it too much, but you could also say that about pretty much any time travel movie. Hell, even James Cameron reportedly liked it. Probably because it's one of the only Terminator knockoffs that's not actually a knockoff. Well, now that I did this one, I'll probably have to do all the sequels, but at least there's only 5 of them instead of 14. Well, it's all for now. Until next time.
What are you doing?
Dry hairs for squids.